I chose bullying for my spoken word poem. I chose bullying because it is a worldwide problem that has affected all ages. I was also inspired by my bullying experience back at my elementary school. No one should have to go through what I went through. Welcome to my generation, where you are judged by how you look when every hurtful thing becomes a joke, where the voices sounding of hatred get louder and those who are broken get quieter. This is Generation Hate. I remember when I was in 5th grade. It was my first time riding the bus. My parents told me it would be fun, and I believed them. I really did. First day, I was sent to the back because I was mature and well behaved. I was always told that. First 2 weeks, I made friends. They were both 8th graders. Third week, I was told I couldn't sit in a certain spot by them. I sat there anyways because the bus driver said first come, first serve. Huge mistake. Somehow, I was back in my old seat next to the 8th grader I made friends with. They wrapped their hands around my throat and threatened to choke me, although they already were. I told my parents about it like a little girl should, and I was sent to the principal's office the next morning. I told the principal my story, and she said I was lying. And then she said that she wanted me to tell the truth. She called in the person who did this to me. They put on a smile and told me that they were my best friend. And then they hugged me. Crybaby, stupid. She should go kill herself. Why is she even here on Earth? But why wouldn't she believe me? She has to realize that I'm not a part of Generation Hate. I'm the one who's affected by it. I'm not the only one who is affected by it. There were a lot of us. We were just different. We are the ones who were at the bottom of the food chain. We are the ones who are constantly struggling to survive. Our bodies were bound by the things we were called, and we were called them all. Every single word flies like daggers, and believe me, we tried so hard to dodge them. Get over it. You'll be fine. Do not dare tell me to get over it, as if sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Of course they did. They treated us like jars. We were labeled because of how we appeared to them. In this way, no one could ever love us. No one would be willing to dedicate their heart to a fatty, or a slut, or a nerd, or a freak. But man, we were freaks. We were put on the spotlight in the circus, where some of us walked the tightropes, others juggled chainsaws, some breathed fire. But really, it was for their amusement. Generation Hate's amusement. We were bullied because they thought it was fun. You see, they'll run and they'll come after you. And yes, this game followed us back at home. The effect of poison was still flowing through our veins, all these emotions building up. It's like a galaxy lives inside our heads being 1 part beautiful stars, and 99 parts black holes in endless hallways. We had to do something to distract us from the pain, because if we didn't, we became a danger to ourselves. The devil's hands were at work if we had nothing to do. Some had friends to help them, very few. Some had music, the meanings of the lyrics was something they could share their pain with, and some had nothing, absolutely nothing. Some had other things to resort to, like self-harm and suicide. We've all thought about it at some point, suicide. And if you really think that committing suicide is the answer, then think about it. It doesn't eliminate the chances of it getting worse, it eliminates the chances of it getting better. You have to believe that they were wrong. They are. Why else would we still be here, the fragile, the broken? Because we have learned to glue ourselves back together, we have learned to fill the holes in our heart. Those who are affected by Generation Hate are the strongest, because after everything else, you think that something like that could hurt us? Of course, it didn't.